So I want to share with you 3 really child-friendly, meaningful ways that you can explain final consonant deletion. Now, just that word, final consonant deletion, you know, a lot of parents might be confused, thinking, you know, it's a lot of jargon that you're using, and it is. So this is why it can be important for us to think as therapists, how could I explain this, you know, speech pathology, jargon, and these, you know, patterns in a way that makes sense, not only to our children, but to our parents as well. So I'm going to give you an example so you can stop saying final consonant deletion. You might say something like tail sound. Now, I like to explain this to children that just like animals have tails, so do some words. And an animal would look different without its tail, just like words might sound different if we forget to use our tail sound. Now, I actually have this on the back here. It's a really nice way, if you're not confident explaining tail sound, you can read the cue on the back. But a lot of kids know animals, that, you know, we teach animal sound. It's a really early concept. So it kind of makes sense. Yeah, animals do have tails. And yeah, that would look really funny if it didn't have a tail. So when children forget to say the last sound at the end of their word, like if they say moo, but they actually really mean to say moon, or if they say boat, but they actually really, if they say bow, they actually really meant to say boat with that t on there. That t or that n, we call it our tail sound. So this is a really, really nice concept to show the children, and you take this tail away and you're like, that didn't make sense. Oh, and you've got a cue here. Did you forget to use your tail sound? Let me help you. I think you meant to say moon. Did you hear that? That's our tail sound. Now you try it and remember to put your tail sound on the end. So that's a fun little cue there. Sometimes that idea of a tail sound, it can be confusing to kids. As with all of these cues, you pick and choose what you think suits the child's interest and what's going to make sense to them. So another way we explain it is a trailer sound. And again, I am going to read off the back of the cue because this is something that you can do in therapy. There is another option. I will just let you know that in our insert in here, we've got a really great insert. We actually explain the cues as well. So you can familiarize yourself with the cues in the insert. And then if you don't feel confident practicing or saying or explaining these metaphors to your children in the session, you can just read off the back. So the front cabin of the truck joins with the back trailer, and some of our sounds need to join together just like the cabin and the trailer. So if the child doesn't say the sound, you're like, oh no, we've got to put the trailer sound on. You know, the trailer sound is tss, and that's where you kind of join it on. If you've got a real truck and you can do this, it is a fantastic therapy idea and a really meaningful way for children to see as well that something's been taken apart and you've got to put together. So there's that one. And then our last cue that we've added in these minimal pair decks, we call it the, we've got our disappearing sound, and it's like the sound is just like vanished, it's gone, it's disappeared like a magician. So we say, you know, just like magicians can make things disappear or vanish, sometimes our last word accidentally disappears too. So it kind of lets the child know, like, it's okay, you know, it happens, you know, just like things can disappear with magicians and magic. Sometimes it does happen with our words, but let's try to find it and say it. So I like these. And then it's like, yay, you know, we found our sound. I like that. It's a really, really nice way. So it just gives the child a chance, I guess, to acknowledge that these sounds do disappear, and just like magic, we can find them again. And it kind of takes it away from being a personal, you know, something personal that the child can't do, but it's like, I can solve the problem and I can fix it. You know, I can find my sound, you know, if the sound disappears. So it's just 3 simple ideas, 3 little cues that you can use, and they're included in this deck. So I like to encourage SLPs to play around and to try to match the right cue and see which concept just clicks and makes sense to the child, and then you use them in conjunction with the minimal pair cards.